As of August 2022, there are over 21 million players that are active monthly in Valorant. Now, there's a maximum of 300 players that can make it into the international leagues. Your chance of making it into the franchise league is roughly 0.0014%. It's just a stat, so don't worry about it. If you're already a competitive player, this number is much higher for you, okay? This video, I will not be addressing the yays and screams of the scene. Instead, I'll address this video to you, non-masters and non-champions players, and everyone who are looking to make a name for themselves in Valorant starting in 2023. Especially in this early post-partner teams announcement days, uncertainty and anxiety are probably some of the feelings that you're having right now. And today, I want to help you fight those feelings and come up with a plan for everyone looking to continue their career and journey in Valorant starting in 2023. Okay, first things first, I need you to be okay with competing in challengers. Frankly, it's really the only choice you have. And this tweet from Boom Esports summed it up pretty nicely. They said, "To our Valorant fans, there is no shame in competing at the Challengers League. We will do our best to grind hard and fight for ascension. We are Boom Esports after all. We don't back down, we fight like we always do." I think it was a great tweet from Boom Esports. It shows the mentality that they're going into 2023 with, and it's one of their qualities that allowed them to achieve so much success in 2022, including qualifying to champions. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is that even the big name players from every country are not guaranteed a slot in the international leagues. So if you're not a big name in your country, chances are you're not even considered in the first place by the partner teams. I mean, I get it. It's really scary and it seems like it's a very impossible path to take to go pro in Valorant starting 2023. But again, there's really no choice. Like, what's the alternative to not trying? Like, you see the challenges of trying to make it into the international leagues in 2023, and you think, oh my god, challengers is impossible. What's even the point of trying? Well, again, there's no options for you. So before we even begin everything, my first advice is for you to just forget all those negative thoughts telling you that you shouldn't even try, and just really refocus your energy into doing the things that are under your control. So like I said, this video is for those of you who are ready for challengers. If you're ready for challengers, let's talk. First, about your LFT post. You've done it. You've posted it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, what have you. But the majority of players stop here and they act surprised when nobody reaches out to them. So let's take it a step further. Reach out to teams and managers, but don't spam, and explain why you think you can be a good fit for their team. To do this, you need to understand your value and know how to demonstrate it. First, you have to identify your strengths. And these strengths can be, for example, I'm a good IGL, right? You're a good in-game leader. Or maybe you've had plenty of experience in coaching. Or you've been proven to have effective communication skills and that you are a good teammate. And so if you struggle to identify these strengths, then what you can do is ask your current or past teammates. And if you still can't get testimonies, then maybe it's time for you to take a good hard look in the mirror. Once you've identified your strengths, now you have to prove it. How can you prove it? Again, you can get testimonies and vouchers from current and past teammates. You can show VLR results if it's available. You can also show a recording of, let's say, a moment in a scrim where you demonstrated good leadership skills and communication skills where everybody can see those qualities in you. And whatever values and strengths that you're trying to I guess, convey to potential teams or teammates in the future, make sure that it's backed by hard evidence. Once you have these things and you're ready to present yourself to the world, it's time to network and make friends. Alex from PaperX testified to the fact that mostly teams and its members find new players not through merit or, just pure skills. It's mostly who they know. I mean, if you're good at the game, then that's great. But if nobody really knows you, then what does it matter? So I think it's important to accept the fact that it's still one of the most important things for you to network and have a lot of friends in the scene so that you can maximize your chances of getting picked up by a team. But networking can be one of the hardest and most awkward things to do, especially for newer players, since you don't really know anyone or you don't know where to start. So, how do you network in Valorant? There are actually a ton of ways to do that. But the biggest point is that you gotta make friends, okay? And to do this, you have to be nice, right? You can add random good players or fun teammates that you bumped into in competitive. You can also watch other people's streams and interact with a streamer. Maybe join a sub game if they have one. You can join public discords and be an active and contributing member of a community. The point is, just be present wherever you go. Doing the stuff that I just mentioned was actually what brought me to where I am today. And some of you might say, oh, Sleepy, it's easy for you because you've already had the experiences. Bitch, let me tell you, all right? I streamed to less than 10 viewers for 3 months before I started making any friends. I mean, it's too complicated for me to cover my journey in this video, but the gist of it is I consistently streamed since the beginning of Valorant, which is 2nd of June 2020. I started making friends. I got asked to stand in for Onyx Esports. Didn't really do much. But then I get approached to a coach for Alter Ego, and then we won VCT Indonesia eventually. I almost made it to Berlin with a team. Blah, blah, blah. And, well, now I'm here. I have to tell you, though, when you're just starting out, it's really important for you not to be picky. Just start somewhere and adapt along the way. Join a random 5-stack if you want. And if you end up with a bunch of weirdos and you don't like where you end up, you can always just quit the team and look for other opportunities. As long as you're not the weirdo, I'm sure that people are going to be willing to try you out and maybe even be your friend. And then from there, you can take it to wherever it's going to take you. While you're trying to make friends, I want you to practice the basics of going pro, which my next video will cover in more detail. But in summary, you have to do the following, okay? 1, you got to play and grind the leaderboards to get noticed. 2, I really want you to consistently put up content to highlight your gameplay and your skill, and if possible, you can also stream to maximize your chances of getting discovered. 3, it's very important that you eliminate as many distractions as you can so you can focus the majority of your energy and efforts into getting a shot at going pro. If you can cover these basics and consistently do them without taking up too much brain power, then you can redirect your focus on things like networking and making friends. So, go do that. If you do all that, then my hope is that eventually you'll end up with a team that you can call your home, with teammates that have the right mindset, like what we've discussed today in this video. And when you do find that team, I really hope you don't waste that chance to achieve your dreams through Challengers and Challengers Ascension. I know it's really, really hard. It's a long way. But again, this is really it for you. And while you're waiting for that big break, all you can do is really just focus your energy and efforts and just be consistent in all the things that we've discussed today. If you can do that, I'm sure that one day you'll find something to work with. Just remember that it's going to take some time, so don't expect instant results. Give it like a few months before you start building a reputation that will start, making people question who you are. And once they question who you are, and because you've consistently done everything that we've talked about today, which is, putting out your presence, putting out content, having a consistent presence everywhere you are in the community, that's going to make it easier for them to find you and then start considering the option of bringing you on to their team. I know this might sound like I'm selling this video too much, but really, if you want to have an easier time to find teammates that have the right mindset as you do, which are the mindsets that we discussed today, share this video. The more people watch this, the more people will know the right mindset, the more people will have the right mindset, the easier you'll find good teammates. So, just, yeah. I'll end this video with a quick tip, okay? Make sure that your in-game name and Twitter or social media handles are identical, or at the very least, very, very similar. Example, Sleepy. If you search for me on any platform, you'll most likely find me with a tag at Sleepy Studios TV. It's super hard for people to find you when you're just starting out, so your job is to make things easier for them by having a consistent handle that will relate back to you. If your in-game name is SkySG, for example, make sure that your Twitter handle is not XX Pussy Destroyer 69XX, because that makes it hard to find you. So pick a unique name and try having a consistent handle across all platforms. That's all for today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that helps. And if you have any more questions or you want to discuss any of the points I covered today, comment down below. And while you're down there, just like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Hey, check your corners.